I want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. If only 8 people survived the flood, where did Og and the other giants of the Old Testament come from? Well, this is a really insightful question because when you read Genesis chapter 3, in other words, the story of Noah's flood, it does say that there were giants in the earth, there were men of renown. Now, all this is derived according to verse 1 and 2 of that chapter when the sons of God and the daughters of men came together and started having children. Now, this is not the time, nor is it the question to truly discuss what was happening there because the question on the table is, okay, we have Noah, his wife, Ham, Shem, Japheth, and their respective wives. That's everybody who gets on the boat. That's everybody who gets off the boat. So how did we get quote unquote giants? Now, the character referred to in the question, Og, is a king who's mentioned in the book of Deuteronomy. I believe it is chapter 3 of Deuteronomy, where it talks about that he was a descendant of these proverbial giants. Well, I think the answer is actually found back in the book of Numbers chapter 13. Numbers chapter 13 talks about a descendancy of an individual who had giants, the same family lineage of whom we know as, you guessed it, Goliath from the famous story in 1 Kings chapter 17. Here's where I want to draw a distinction. There have been times post Noah's flood that people have been born, descendants have arrived that would be classified as technical giants. Now, forgive my humor, but as a product and a child of the 1980s, there was a wrestler and pseudo movie star by the name of, you guessed it, Andre the Giant. An enormous human being that had no supernatural characteristics other than the fact that mom and dad came together and a big old baby boy was born. Now, the reason I allude to that is back in Genesis 6, on the other side of the flood, the non-descendants of Noah, there appears to be something spiritual and supernatural taking place when it says men of renown. That's a term that can allude to those that were not or not going to die, had created their own immortality. Again, another question for another day. So whether it be Og, whether it be Goliath, or a host of other people post Noah's flood, there are just times where there are, quote, giants in the earth. But large physical size, in this case, does not necessitate any elongated lifespan. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.